In 1864, 200 Navajo walked into Canyon de Chelly during the Long Walk. 22 were never seen again. Hikers in 1977 and 1998 reported identical screams echoing from sheer walls 900 feet high. Park Service closed 2 side canyons after unexplained shadows appeared on thermal cameras. What is swallowing people inside Arizona's most photographed gorge? Chapter 1. What disappeared inside Canyon de Chelly? In 1864, hundreds of Navajo fled into the sandstone depths of Canyon de Chelly. 22 were never seen again. Even today, cries echo from the red cliffs, and not all of them can be explained by wind. Canyon de Chelly, carved over 5,000 years ago in northeastern Arizona, is no ordinary national monument. It's sacred, haunted, and deeply tied to one of the darkest episodes in U.S. military history, the Long Walk of the Navajo. In January 1864, General James Carleton ordered Kit Carson to begin a campaign of total destruction. What followed was scorched earth warfare. Troops set fire to Navajo homes, poisoned water sources, and slaughtered sheep herds. Canyon de Chelly was one of the last strongholds. As soldiers entered, roughly 300 Navajo sought refuge in its maze-like cliffs. But when the surrender tally was made at Bosque Redondo, at least 22 were unaccounted for, and oral histories suggest they never made it out. Since then, the disappearances haven't stopped. In the last 40 years, 4 hikers, mostly solo, mostly off-trail, vanished in the canyon's deeper paths. 2 were never found. One was discovered in a dissociative state 12 miles away, dehydrated and shoeless, unable to explain how he climbed 70-foot ledges without equipment. Park rangers have logged dozens of unusual reports: whispered voices in dead silent zones, animal tracks that stop mid-trail, and cold pockets in 90-degree heat. Some nights, tourists have described seeing a woman in black, weaving something in midair above Spider Rock, a 750-foot column named after Spider Woman, a sacred protector and punisher in Navajo belief. The legend says she taught weaving and wisdom to the Navajo, but also punished disobedient children by wrapping them in webs and pulling them into the cliffs. According to an elder interviewed in 2006, the rock eats those who come with anger. And then there's the 2011 case. Geology students from Northern Arizona University recorded sudden thermal spikes near Antelope House ruins, where thermal cameras captured human-shaped heat signatures behind solid sandstone walls. The footage was withheld by faculty. The lead student later refused interviews. More chilling, during construction of a trail extension in 1999, workers uncovered a sealed kiva with burned timbers and human bones, stacked in a spiral. Archaeologists dated it to 600 CE, but no official statement was released. Chonhan, and this is just one canyon, because the next legend involves a shapeshifter so feared, Navajo elders won't even say its name aloud. But I will. Chapter 2. Why Navajo elders refuse to speak the word. Skinwalker. Some names carry weight. This one carries fear. Navajo elders won't even say it aloud after dark, because according to them, once you speak its name, it hears you back. Enter the realm of the Skinwalker, or in Navajo, Yi Naldlushi, meaning with it, he goes on all fours. This isn't just a campfire tale, it's a centuries-old legend, deeply feared across Diné land. But here's the truth. This legend isn't about shape-shifting. It's about broken taboos, black magic, and spiritual betrayal. According to traditional Navajo belief, a skinwalker is a former medicine man or woman who abused their sacred healing knowledge for evil. To become one, the person must kill a close family member, often a sibling or child. Only then do they gain the ability to transform into animals, most commonly wolves, coyotes, or owls. Reports go back well before colonial contact. In 1851, Army Colonel John M. Washington wrote about half-man beasts seen near Fort Defiance, describing tracks that shifted from human to hoofed mid-trail. In 1977, journalist Bill Cooper's expose in Arizona Republic logged 28 reports in 1 year from ranchers claiming mutilated cattle, scattered entrails, and tracks that just stopped. Fast forward to the now infamous Skinwalker Ranch. a 500-acre plot in Utah bordering Navajo land. Between 1994 and 1996, the Sherman family logged over 100 incidents, including glowing red-eyed creatures, levitating objects, and animals with surgically removed organs but no blood. Scientists from the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, conducted surveillance and captured electromagnetic spikes, sudden temperature drops, and infrared blurs moving faster than known animals. What's even more shocking, in a 2018 study of indigenous paranormal beliefs across the U.S., 63% of Navajo youth surveyed in Arizona said they believe skinwalkers are real, and 21% said they or their relatives have seen one. And the fear isn't metaphorical. In 2013, a New Mexico police department had to cordon off part of U.S. Route 491, formerly Route 666, after a driver crashed claiming she saw a huge black dog that vanished midair. Even on reservations today, it's common to hang ash, herbs, and red ochre at the door to ward off skinwalker visits. Medicine men still conduct ceremonies to sing away the evil. But perhaps the most unsettling detail is this: no skinwalker has ever been publicly caught. Only burned remains or strange imprints are ever left behind. And the next legend? It involves a singing ghost that appears exactly 1 year after your death. Stay with me. Chapter 3. Did the U.S. military really seal off Ghost Ridge? No one lives on Ghost Ridge anymore. Not because they can't, but because they won't. The U.S. Army came, the locals left, and no one ever explained why. Ghost Ridge, or Seda Khan, sits just beyond the Sonestee region of New Mexico on the Navajo Nation. Locals have avoided the area since the 1940s, claiming strange lights, mysterious disappearances, and an eerie presence that chokes the air. But in 1952, something snapped. The U.S. Army arrived without warning. According to declassified transport logs, a military convoy of 6 trucks and 2 helicopters landed near the mesa in April that year. No official record explains why. What is known is that a week later, 3 families living on the ridge relocated permanently, and all refused to speak publicly about what they saw. Older Navajo oral accounts say Ghost Ridge has always been taboo. It's believed to be the place where chieftains and warriors who died without proper burial roam in unrest. Some stories mention an echoing chant heard just before death occurs in nearby villages. In 1971, James Claw, a schoolteacher in Shiprock, recorded interviews with elders who claimed their grandparents called it the place of no return. By 1983, the Bureau of Indian Affairs listed Ghost Ridge as a restricted cultural site, though no archaeological survey has ever been completed. In the 1990s, satellite imaging showed multiple rectangular impressions, each approximately 6 by 12 feet, spread evenly across the mesa's upper plateau. No structures are recorded in that location, suggesting burial pits or unmarked military sites. A local rancher, Harold B. Gay, who grazed sheep nearby, claimed in 1996 that black uniformed men with no badges told him to never return here at night. His dogs refused to walk within 50 feet of the northern slope, and Navajo shepherds say they avoid even looking at the mesa after sunset. In 2007, hikers reported finding lead casings, a rusted U.S. Army canteen dated 1951, and what looked like a metal testing probe stuck between sandstone cracks. One disappeared 3 weeks later. His body was found miles away in the desert, dehydrated, with his shoes clean and untouched by the terrain. If Ghost Ridge wasn't haunted, then why the secrecy? Because the next chapter brings you to the singing hill that whispers your name, even if you don't believe in spirits. Yet. Chapter 4. What lives beneath the old uranium mines? After World War II, they came for the yellow rock, but they left behind something far darker. The mines still echo, and some claim they echo back. Between 1944 and 1986, over 1,000 uranium mines were dug into the Navajo Nation. The U.S. government, desperate for nuclear fuel, paid indigenous miners pennies on the dollar. At its peak, the region produced nearly 4 million tons of uranium ore, much of it unsealed and unregulated. Today, over 500 of those mines remain abandoned, many without cleanup or fencing. But the physical scars aren't the only thing left behind. Miners began reporting strange sounds as early as 1952. According to a 1954 safety complaint filed in Window Rock, a team of 4 heard chanting or low drumming echoing from sealed-off tunnels miles below surface. One miner, Frank Yazzie, scratched the words, "They talk in the dark," into his helmet before quitting and disappearing from public record. His helmet now sits, quietly unlabeled, in the Navajo Nation Museum. Local medicine men warned that the mines had pierced the underworld barrier, the sacred boundary that separates the living world from Chindi, or spirits of the unpurified dead. Elders believe the mines created spiritual wounds too deep to heal. Between 1960 and 1990, the region saw a 3 times increase in birth deformities, mental illness, and unexplained hallucinations, especially in families of former miners. The EPA didn't investigate until 1993, after over 1,800 cancer deaths linked to uranium exposure, but some claim it's not just radiation. In 1978, Thomas Longknife, a mine surveyor, was found barefoot, delirious, and muttering in Navajo. They call from beneath the 5th tunnel, "Don't answer." He died 3 days later. In 1981, a survivor from a collapsed shaft carved into the wall. "Don't listen to them. That carving is still there, if you know where to look near Monument Valley." One anthropologist who stayed overnight at an old site in 1999 reported seeing shadows moving against the grain of her flashlight beam. She wrote in her journal, "Something's below, and it knows we dug into it." She never returned to the site. You might dismiss it all as superstition, but when stories, sickness, and silence align across decades, there's always a reason. And if that reason is written in the stars, you'll find it in the next chapter. Chapter 5. Is there a forbidden star map hidden in the Navajo night chant? Every November, select Navajo singers gather for a 9-night ceremony, so sacred that outsiders are asked to leave after sundown. Because inside that hogan, the sand itself may point to worlds no telescope has yet seen. The night chant, Niyebiche, is the largest healing ritual in Diné culture. Part exorcism, part cosmology lesson. It lasts 9 consecutive nights, 1,200 prayers, and over 80 distinct songs. Each dawn, medicine men erase the previous night's sand painting and create a new one, layering colored sands, ochre, charcoal, gypsum, into images of holy people, constellations, and cosmic pathways. Anthropologists in the early 20th century were desperate to record them. Washington Matthews documented fragments in 1902, but admitted he was prohibited from copying certain symbols. He wrote, "Their sand pictures appear to mirror the heavens, but some figures the singers will not name, even under oath. The paintings aren't random art, they are maps." Navajo astronomers historically tracked 90-plus star clusters, including the Pleiades, Diliyehe, and the Orion Belt, Adagi Dilcha Igo. Ethno-astronomer Nancy Maryboy notes that the night chant's sky sand panel aligns with winter solstice star positions within 2 degrees, remarkably precise without modern optics. But here's the chilling part. In 1983, University of Arizona doctoral candidate Dr. Martha Loring tried to reconstruct a complete night chant series from sketches and photographs she'd taken, against explicit elder warnings. She vanished during solo fieldwork near Black Mesa. Her truck was found idling, door open, camera missing, but notebook intact. The final entry read, "If the 9th sand painting is a gate, tonight I will see what lies beyond." No trace of her body has surfaced in 40 years. Why such secrecy? Diné elders say miscopying or publicly displaying these designs can open doors for holy people and for darker things. In 2006, a museum in Santa Fe attempted a night chant exhibit with digital reproductions. Within 72 hours, 3 separate software systems crashed, display bulbs exploded, and the curator, who ignored tribal protests, suffered a sudden seizure on the gallery floor. The exhibit closed permanently. Some researchers believe the forbidden glyphs encode stellar navigation routes or eclipse cycles. Others, like physicist Dr. Arjun Patel, suggest the geometries correspond to gravitational lensing patterns unknown before Einstein. Without sanctioned access, the debate rages on. One thing is certain, every winter solstice, when the Yai-Biche masks emerge and the sand paintings glow by firelight, the singers still chant the lines that outsiders are never taught. And historians, no matter how bold, can only guess what map they're tracing. Star by star, back to the beginning. Ready for another boundary you're not supposed to cross? The next legend features a 300-foot stone wall no tribe claims, and locals swear it hums before storms. Chapter 6. Why was this wall built to keep spirits in, not out? It doesn't appear on official maps, but it runs for over 300 feet through the desert brush near Cheney, Arizona. No tribe claims to have built it, yet everyone stays away. Locals call it the Spirit Wall. It stretches along a remote slope northeast of Canyon de Chelly, built of stacked sandstone slabs, mortared with a mix of clay and ash. It's roughly 7 feet tall, running in a curved arc with no defensive utility, no entrance, no adjoining ruins, no dwellings nearby. What's stranger is how animals behave. Ranchers report horses spooking violently if they're led too close. One tracker, Benny Yazzie, said, "My dog growled, then bolted." I've never seen him scared of rock before. Local oral traditions hint at darker origins. Some Navajo elders claim it predates the Long Walk, possibly even predates the Dene arrival in the region. In one account recorded by a Hopi anthropologist in 1971, a blind shaman described a time when Chindi spirits couldn't leave the canyon, so the people built a wall to hold them. In Navajo belief, Chindi are malevolent spirit fragments left behind after death, especially from people who die violently or without ceremony. And this wall seems built for them. What adds to the mystery is the way technology malfunctions. In 2014, a team of geology students from Northern Arizona University attempted to document the site. Their GPS devices glitched, compasses spun erratically, and drone cameras refused to stabilize. Footage from one attempt shows sudden static and distortion as the drone approaches the midpoint of the wall. The entire battery drained in seconds. One of the researchers, Alan Trevors, wrote in his notes, "I don't think it's protecting anything on this side. I think something's locked in." The wall is also acoustically strange. During monsoon season, it emits a low hum just before lightning strikes. Something recorded during a July 2017 storm when a local amateur radio operator captured what he described as a low-frequency resonance, like chanting beneath the wind. Curiously, the wall faces directly away from sacred sites like Spider Rock and Massacre Cave. No carvings mark it. No one touches it. And when a young climber tried to scale it in 1999, he reportedly slipped, hit his head, and died. Navajo police closed the site for a year. One medicine man offered this: "The wall's not for us, it's for whatever's behind it." Next up, we head into the ruins left by the vanished Anasazi, and why Navajo elders say what took them is still hungry. Chapter 7. Did the Ancient Ones leave a curse or something worse? By 1300 AD, the colossal stone cities of the Anasazi, now called Ancestral Pueblo, stood empty. 7 centuries later, Navajo elders still warn, what made them disappear is hungry yet. Between 850 and 1250 AD, Chaco Canyon and Mesa Verde blossomed into engineering marvels. Multi-story great houses, reservoirs, and 400-mile road grids aligned to solstice lines. Population estimates peak at 30,000 people, then collapse without written explanation. Tree ring data show drought between 1275 to 1290, but archaeologists agree drought alone doesn't explain the sudden, complete abandonment of sites from Utah to New Mexico. Navajo oral history offers a darker narrative. After the Dene arrived in the Four Corners about 1400, they encountered abandoned towers and kivas. Stories tell that the Anasazi angered holy people by practicing atsili, star hunger cannibal rites, so the earth itself opened and swallowed them. Petroglyphs in Butler Wash depict faceless figures, arms raised ringed by spirals. Some interpret these as spirits ascending or descending. Those petroglyphs aren't the only clues. Excavations at Cowboy Wash, 2000, uncovered human bones with cut marks and pot polish, indicating flesh boiled off. Evidence that at least one group resorted to cannibalism near the end. DNA tests confirmed the victims and consumers were genetically identical. Kin murdering kin, amplifying the curse narrative. Fast forward to 1996. Photographer David Hatcher camped in remote Chaco Arroyo to capture a lunar eclipse. At 2 a.m., he radioed base, claiming to see orb lights dancing between the ruins. His last transmission was frantic breathing. Rangers found his gear next morning. Tripod melted, camera body split, no images on the SD card. Hatcher was located 2 days later, wandering 11 miles away, dehydrated, repeating, "They're still there." He refuses interviews to this day. Park Service logs list at least 14 cases, 1985 to 2018, of visitors reporting chanting, flute music, or unintelligible whispers near Pueblo Bonito after dark. Rangers quietly instituted a sunset to sunrise no-entry policy, officially for resource protection, unofficially to curb nighttime panic. Radiocarbon dating shows some Chaco hearths burned continuously for decades, yet were extinguished simultaneously. An astrophysicist, Dr. Evan Cross, theorizes a celestial event, possibly a supernova or comet, may have triggered mass migration. But no supernova fits the timeline. Navajo conceptions hold simpler logic. Break cosmic balance, and balance breaks you. Elders say the ground-fed hunger that took the ancient ones still prowls empty kivas, waiting for disrespect or curiosity to feed it again. With that warning, our journey through 7 Navajo mysteries ends, but the research never does. Some legends guard history, others guard something darker. If these revelations captivated you, tap like, smash subscribe, and explore our next video, Comanche War Tactics that Baffled U.S. Generals.